Good morning students. Welcome to the online classes of Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School. Today we are going to start the fourth unit of our English reader book for class 8 and the name of the unit is Adventure and Mystery. The first section here is The Man, the Girl and the Gun. Let's read out and find out what's the adventure and mystery here. Long before the train pulled into the station, he knew what he was going to have to do. The author is talking about some male person here. Okay. Long before the train stopped at the station, he knew what he was going to do. It was a shame too, he thought. Damn, bad luck. The person in the seat next to him could just as easily have been a man or even an older woman. Somebody with more experience in life would be able to take it better. Now he thinks that it is my bad luck and it would have been great if next to him, next to the seat where he is seated, there would be somebody like a man or even an older woman who was more experienced in the life. That would have taken it better. He felt the gun in his left coat pocket. It was small and hard and it felt good. Anyway, it was all he had now. Now this paragraph tells us about that the person we are talking about is holding a gun. Okay. He felt the gun in his left coat pocket. It was small and it was hard, but it felt good. Anyway, it was all he had now. The girl beside him turned slightly and looked out of the window. Now we get to know that there was a girl sitting next to him and she turned towards the window. Blue eyes, he noted, a real innocent looking doll, that blonde hair looked like the real thing. He tried to see if she had a ring on her finger, but her hand was under the book she was reading. Now, this paragraph describes about the girl. She was a blue-eyed girl. She was looking very innocent doll, and there were blonde hair, light brown hairs. Okay. He tried to see if she had a ring in her finger to check out whether she is married or not, but the finger were hidden under the book she was reading. He hoped that she wasn't married. That way, if there was real trouble, that means if he had to shoot the girl, at least there won't be kids left behind to miss the mother. But somebody would miss her alright. This was a real classy little girl. He said that if not the children, somebody would really miss her because she was a classy little girl. She was looking very beautiful. She looked on the sensible side too, not the kind that scared easily. She was also looking sensible and she didn't look that she would be scared easily. Still, a man would have made it a lot simpler. He thought that if there was a man, it would have been great for him. He looked at his watch, 16 more minutes if the train was on time. He looked on the watch and thought about that it's 16 more minutes to the station till if the train is on time and in 16 minutes it will reach the station. A pretty tight spot. The cops would be waiting at the station, probably four to a car, two at each end. They would let the passengers off, but they would nab him when he stepped onto the platform. Now he says that this is the tightest spot. This would be the difficult one because cops may be waiting outside the station and they would be four in number in a car, two in front seat and two at the back side. Okay. They would let the passengers off, but they would nab him. Means they would hold him. They would catch him when he steps out on the platform. That's where you coming means. He was thinking of himself that's where you coming means. He thought you can just tell the cops I am set to blow your pretty brains out if they lay a hand on me. Then we'll just walk, not run to the car. Joe had better be waiting with that car. If he isn't, we'll get a taxi. Now he was thinking about himself that if the cops are waiting for him, here comes that pretty girl, and she would tell the cops that if the cops try anything, then maybe this man would shoot her on the head. And he was planning that he would not run. He would walk towards the car that his friend Joe had brought for him. He was waiting for his friend also. And he says if Joe had not arrived, he would get a taxi. The cops aren't going to make a move, not so long as you stay close to me. Now he thought that cops won't do anything until the girl is with him. Just walk quietly, miss, and we might make it. We might not too. I sure would hate to have to do it, he said to himself. He says, if you do whatever I'm thinking of, we can easily move on. And there may be a case that we won't be able to move on. And I hate doing the things he was thinking about killing the girl. Okay, he said that he hate to have to do it. He had killed a man on this job already, and that's how he got into this jam. Now he's thinking. We are told that he had already killed a man during this job. He didn't really consider himself to be a murderer. He don't think that he's a murderer because according to him, the guy had just got in his way. When he was coming out of the bank with the money there, and there wasn't a thing else to do. He had robbed a bank, okay, and he was running outside the bank. The poor dog man standing there in the vestibule. Vestibule, when the two carriages of train are attached together, the meeting point between them is known as the vestibule. If you have traveled through the train, you must have seen that the coaches of the train are combined together. You can pass from one coach to another. That joining part is known as the vestibule. So the poor man was standing there in the vestibule. It looked for a minute like he was going to try to be a hero. So this criminal, this murderer had to kill him. So he shot him. Okay. Then he got the side door closed and got lost in the crowd. After killing the man, he ran away and lost in the crowd. He had played hide and seek with the cops for a couple of hours. For around 2 hours he was hiding from the cops. Then he got on this train. It would have been okay if he hadn't grabbed this seat by the window. He said that he would have been okay if he was not sitting on the window seat. But the problem is it was the only seat left. Okay, only seat left. And then this girl came along at the next station, sat down beside him. And the girl on the next station came, boarded the train and sat on the side seat of this criminal. He had turned his head so she wouldn't get a good look at him. And there was this cop standing there looking in just as the train was pulling out. Now, to hide himself from the girl, he turned his face towards the window, but outside he saw that a cop was searching for him and the cop found him. The cops had jerked up as soon as he saw him. The cop found him and then the cop was reaching for his gun or his whistle. Now the cop was trying to get his gun or a whistle, whatsoever he could get first. But by then the train started and it was too late. Too late, but just in time. Just in time for the criminal. They'll all be waiting at the next stop. Well, we have got 12 minutes now, he thought. He thought that I got only 12 minutes and because they know that I am sitting in a train, they would be waiting for me at the next station. I'll write a note and give it to her in a few minutes. He thought he should write a note and pass it to the girl sitting next to him. I don't want to have her think things over too long. Only taken her nose out of that book once since she sat down and said that now he was ready to give a note to the girl so that she wouldn't hustle down. She won't become afraid. She would remain calm. Do you have a pencil, miss? He asked from the girl. Do you have a pencil? The girl looked up, but she was startled. She said, I think I do. She fished in her pocketbook and handed him a slim gold pencil. She found a pencil and handed him. He said thank you and took out an envelope and began to write. What he wrote was in this paragraph. No need to get alarmed, just do what this note says to do and nobody gets hurt, especially not you. This is the act. He says, don't be panic, just do whatever I say and nobody will be harmed. This is the act. Okay, I am carrying a gun and when we get to the next station, I have to hold it on you. Okay, I'll hold the gun on you. While we walk out of the car, there's going to be some cops who are trying to catch me. Okay? And we are going to have to tell them hands off or you get hurt. Now he says that we both will move out together and I'll hold the gun on you, and we both are going to tell the cops to take their hands off the gun they are having. Okay? Or else you will get hurt. So do as I said. I'll do the talking. You just have to do is don't scream. Okay? And tell the cops I'm in business. He said that you need to be quiet. Just don't shout, don't scream. Just say the cops to do whatever I said. He looked at the last word and decided something was wrong with it. Miss, he said, how do you spell business? Now he thought that he may have misspelled the spelling of the word business. She spelled the word for him, he corrected it and handed her the pencil. When she had put the pencil in her pocketbook and she was reading again, he shoved the knot across the page of her book. He simply put the knot into the book she was reading. Okay, on the page she was reading. She kept her head down a long time. She is a calm one, he thought, and she was. She kept reading, and the criminal thought that she is very calm. And actually, the girl was very calm. When she looked at him, she met his eyes and held them so long, he looked away first. Okay, she kept looking at the criminal, and the criminal had to look away first. Maybe she doesn't believe it. He thought that she is not believing I'm a criminal. She was still looking at him, so he reached in his left coat pocket and showed her the gun. Still, she didn't look startled. She didn't move. She was very calm. Good for you, miss. Maybe we'll make it after, he thought as the girl went back to her book. Okay. He thought that now the girl knows everything, and the girl started reading the book again. He looked at her sitting there with her head down. She was so calm, he thought. Maybe she would know the score. He had to see that she kept her mind on them. So he thought that she is very calm, and he thought he should keep an eye on her. Good book, miss? Now he asked, is the book very good? She says yes, looking at him. It's a mystery story. One of the things with a trick ending. I have finished it. And says it is very good, and they are the mystery stories, and they have a trick ending. I have just finished it. The sun was streaming into the window and throwing glints on her hair and in her eyes. Now the sun shone brightly and the rays were directly on her eyes and hair. Now, do you mind pulling the shade down? She said. Now she asked him to pull down the shade. Okay. He turned and wrestled with the shade a moment, and when he turned back, she handed him the book. Now he turned the shade down, and he turned for shading down the window, and when he turned back, the girl gave him a book. You might want to read the trick ending, she said. She said, at least have a look at the story and read it. He looked down at the book. It was a bunch of short stories. He quickly read enough to get the idea of the story she had been reading. He got what she was reading. Okay, it was about a murderer who was on the train and was about to pull a gun on the passenger next to him. It was the same thing that was happening in actual. That was going to happen in actual. When he discovered that his gun was missing, the story was called The Murder and the Pickpockets. But in the story, it was told that the murderer, when checked that about the revolver, the gun he was having, he found it missing, and the story ended. The story was called The Murder and the Pickpocket. That's one of those endings that are supposed to take you by surprise. Now the girl says, this type of endings are the surprising ones. But I could see it coming all the time, couldn't you? And the girl said, I thought about it all the time. Couldn't you? I already knew what would happen in the story. He looked up from the book and saw that the gun she was holding on him was his gun. Now, when he looked up from the storybook, he found that the girl was holding his own gun and pointed towards him. She still looked cool and innocent, as he could tell that his hunch about her had been right. Now, even though she was holding the gun on the criminal, she was very calm, and the criminal thought that he was right about her. She was looking very calm, and it won't be good for him. She wasn't the kind that would scare easy, and he thought that yes, he was right, that she won't be scared easily. So that's it from the reading portion. The story was written by R.J. Spence. Okay, moving to the question answers. Read and answer. Who was waiting for the man at the next station? Why was he waiting? The policemen were waiting at the man for the man as he had robbed a bank and also killed a man on his way to escape through the train. What two things did the man ask the girl for? The man asked the girl for a pencil and the spelling of the word business. What crimes had the man committed? The man robbed a bank and also killed a man standing in vestibule, where he was supposed to run away while trying to escape from the policeman. How did the girl overpower the man? The girl was very smart and was calm even after reading the note. She asked the man to read the stories, and while he was busy in reading the stories, she took out the gun and pointed it on the man. Now think and answer. What was the man's plan? How did he plan to use the gun? The man's plan was to get away from the policeman waiting to nab him at the railway stations with the help of passenger, whoever would sit next to him. But a smart lady sat there and his plan failed. Now, what does trick ending in a story mean? The trick ending in the story meant that the same instance happened in the story too, and at last the girl sitting next to the man in the story pickpocketed the man's gun and helped in his arrest. How was the ending of the story? That the girl was reading similar to what happened in the railway carriage. The girl read about the story of a murderer trying to use a girl sitting next to her as a shield to get away from the policeman. In the same way, there was a murderer who was planning to escape by using the reader, the girl, as the human shield. Did the man really want to shoot at the girl? No, the man didn't want to shoot the girl. He had already killed a person standing in vestibule by mistake. He didn't want to commit the mistake again. He just wanted to use the girl as a shield and get away from the cops. The man says that his assessment of the girl was true. Do you think so? Give reasons. Yes, we completely agree with what the man said, as he thought that the girl would be smarter because there was calmness on her face even after the man handed over the note to her. The girl didn't get affected because of what was written in the letter and did a trick by getting hold of the gun from the man. Now reference to context. Do you have a pencil, miss? Who said this and to whom? The man said this to the girl. Why did the speaker ask for a pencil? Because he wanted to write a note and hand it over to the girl so that she could remain quiet and understand the situation as fast as possible and remain quiet, allowing him to do what he planned. Where were these words said? These words were said in the train carriage. What was the speaker's next question? The speaker asked the lady for the spelling of business, as he was doubtful about the spelling. So students, that's it from the chapter. We have read the chapter, we have completed the exercise part also. Before leaving, like the video, subscribe the channel and share it also. Till then, take care, have a nice day, thank you.